At the beginning of every semester, I routinely have anywhere from 200 to 100 students. I'm a writing teacher. These are writing classes, so that's a whole lot of grading. I want to tell you how I manage it. Whenever you submit a writing assignment to me, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it holistically. I'm going to take a big picture analysis of it. I'm going to do an overview on it to see that you stayed within the parameters of the instructions. And then I'll look at how you've developed your thought and how you've completed the assignment. And what I will do then is I will score it. And I'm making a distinction here between scoring and grading. They're both really the same thing, but what I mean by that is I'm going to give you one score as I look at your work for the first time. So let's say the essay is out of 20 points. It could be out of 50 points, it could be out of 10 points, it could be out of... Those things don't matter, they just change. But let's just say, for example, here, the essay is out of 20 points. I'll look at your work, read it, think about it, and I might give you a score of 18 out of 20. And many times, that might be all that you're going to see for that assignment. Now, what I am waiting for is I'm waiting for you to identify yourself as a student that wants to maybe revise the work, redo it, resubmit it, maybe to get a 19 out of 20 or a 20 out of 20. Now, if you are initially okay with the points that you earned in the assignment, I do not have to hear from you again. You don't have to revise all of the work all the time. You know, that's just an exercise of maybe a non-ending exercise. Instead, I'm going to let you decide. And you submit the work to me. It follows the instructions. It shows thinking and careful execution. Let's say you get 18 out of 20. And on your end, you might be thinking, well, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Or if it's 19 out of 20 or 20 out of 20, I don't shy away from giving all the points. I don't consider it a perfect essay, but it might be done well enough to merit 20 points out of 20 or whatever. If you're okay with that, then let's just keep on rolling and let's just move on to the next assignments. If, however, you want some more feedback on the essay, and you're thinking, I earned 18 out of 20, I would really like to know what Dr. Horn thought about this, I'm waiting for you to contact me. You can call me, text me, email me, whatever is easiest, and say, Dr. Horn, for essay 2 or for this essay, whatever the title is, you know, make sure I know what essay you're talking about. Just let me know. I would like some feedback. What did you think about that? How can I earned an 18 out of 20. How can I maybe get those 2 points back and resubmit so that you can regrade, which I will do. And once I get that from you, then I know that the time that would go into that is not going to be wasted. I don't want to necessarily say the word wasted, but if I have 150 students and I give back 10 minutes of feedback on each essay, then you know, that's 1,500 minutes of feedback on that one assignment. That's not going to happen. So, and many times, a student might not necessarily want that sort of feedback. Another issue is it turns revision into a tremendously passive adventure or experience, doesn't it? If I give you just initially, right off the bat, all the ways I think that you need to change that paper, I'm not leaving any space for you to create an alternate path or for you to dig out and to really own the process and the improvement. I'd much rather talk to you verbally and say, hey, this is what I thought, this is what I felt, this is what I'm thinking, now here's what I would do to make this paper better. And in order to give you that verbal feedback, I'm waiting for you to call me, email me, text me, okay? Please don't be shy about that. Please don't be nervous. I've been on your end of things many times and at many levels, all right? And it's hard sometimes to talk about one's writing. It's kind of a personal thing sometimes. Sometimes it's, I was actually never comfortable with it as a student. I wanted to develop my own way. But I can give gracious feedback. constructive ideas, and I can help you make your work better. But I am waiting for you to identify yourself as wanting that for whatever essay. Now look, if the essay is out of 30 points and you earn a 10 out of 30, then I definitely think that you need to reread the instructions, because you probably just really missed something big somewhere. And you can just fix that, resubmit it, I'll regrade it. But if you can't figure out what went wrong, then I would definitely expect you to contact me. You're leaving a lot of points on the table. If it's a 30-point essay and you earned a 28 out of 30 or a 29, 27, move on, go to the next assignment. But I am happy to give feedback on anything. I highly prefer, just because of the time involved, that I can give that feedback verbally. Now, one easy way to do that is for you to copy the essay into an email, send it to my email, say, hello, Dr. Horn, would you please give me some feedback here? Give me the score that you earned, and then I can remember what went on, what the score was, and what I will do is I will either type back comments into the email, or I will simply do a voice recording, a small one, so that I can email it quickly and easily back to you, and that way you can get your email, you can look at your essay, and you can replay that voice recording that will be right there attached to your email over and over again, and think through it and assess it on your own term and in your own pace. Okay, so I think that's really the best way to give feedback, but I will never do that initially. Again, initially I'm always going to just give you a score, and then I'm waiting for you to reach out to me, and I will be happy to do that. Now I wanted to say two things here. One is, you're probably already picking this up, but yes, I do allow multiple submissions of work, and I will just regrade it and you get the new grade. Okay, so you can take a C paper and take it all the way up to the A paper, as long as you work on the revisions. And if you want to take the initiative to contact me and to get that ball rolling, that's great. Okay, so yes, that's just a long-standing policy that I've had with that. So please don't forget about that. All right, because the second thing I want to really point out is that the issue is not that I don't want to give feedback. The issue is that I just have too many students to give a lot of feedback to everybody. And I also know that some students were like me when I was in school, and I really wanted to, I didn't really appreciate that very much at all. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I guess what I'm saying is sometimes we teachers assume, oh, there can always be a revision. Oh, it can always be made better. Oh, every student wants feedback. And I don't think that's the case. I think that some do and some don't. Some aren't necessarily ready to do multiple revisions on something. So I want you to identify yourself, and then we can start a communication about your work. All right. So as I initially score and you receive your work back and you don't see a lot of comments, don't panic, or don't think I ignored your work, and also don't think that I don't want to give feedback. Okay, I do. I'm just waiting for you to identify yourself, so that I can profitably pour in my time to you. All right. So really, I appreciate you helping me out here by embracing this sort of method. I think it can save you some time. It saves me some time for sure. And I really appreciate your patience with this. But do remember that I will give you feedback. All you have to do is just contact me and let me know that that's what you want.